So guys, I am back ready to mold the underside of the needler. So as you can see, I used these as registration keys. They're actually cap nuts, I believe. Yeah, and they work great for registration keys. So what I'll be doing now, I will be using rebound 25, rebound 25. Yeah, which is a 1-to-1 cure silicone. Cure time is about 6 hours, and I think you got 20. Yeah, pot life 20 minutes. So what you're gonna do is I'm actually gonna set up my iPad and just have a clock just to the right of me, so I know how much time I've got left. So I'll do a countdown from like 20, or see how much time I have, because you don't want to still be pouring and you've only got another 3 minutes, because it does cure a lot faster when it's really thick. So you really want to make sure that you get full coverage before it starts to cure and turns into like jelly. So that's what I'll be doing with this. I've got my table. This is just a table with a drop sheet, because silicone is messy and you will get a few silicone everywhere. So I'm going to try and keep it all on this table. So yeah, I used these walls. They're just for now. That gives me the basic, almost the basic thickness that I want for the needler mold. So yeah, these will be the negative keys, and once I flip it over and remove the clay, the silicone will actually cure to these, what the cap nuts look like. So then yeah, so it makes it really easy to put them back together, so there won't really be any problems. So yeah, I'll be mixing this up, and I'll be back once I've got the first layer on. Since smooth cast, rebound 320, rebound 25 is a lot more runnier than, well, thinner than what Dragon Skin 20 is, which I was used to work with. I do believe it's going to spill out, pour out everywhere, so hopefully it doesn't, but we'll see. I'll be back. So this is the first layer, as well as some mold keys that I have done. So what you can use is actually toilet rolls and everything. I ended up just squishing this toilet roll to give me sort of like an oval shape. Yeah, just so change it up a bit other than circles. And these will be the mold keys for it to set into the mother mold. So yeah, this is just the tubing that you just fill up with silicone, rip it off once you're done, and you end up with a piece of silicone. Then you cut it up. Then I will add the mold keys. Oh, almost dropped it. I'll be adding the mold keys in the best places for it, on about the third layer. So one layer after this one, or after the next one. So I'll do one more layer just to make sure it gets all these print details, locks it in, because you can get little air bubbles that can stop it from capturing the print, the really fine details. So what I will be doing is one more thin layer, and then be using Thixotropic 5X for the rebound, just to make it a lot more thicker, and focus mainly on these high-rise areas where the silicone just keeps sliding off. So, you know what, I'll be back once I've got it all thickened, since the next layer you'll just see almost exactly like this. So I'll be back when it's done with the thick layer and it's got the mold keys on it. Hey guys, so this is my workstation. Yeah, so I ended up removing the clay wall, and this is the fourth layer. So I did 2 print layers, then 2 layers of 5X. Now I will be doing one more layer of just rebound with no 5X, just to help smoothen it all out for the mother mold, and that will make it in total 5 layers. Then once I do that, I'll remove the clay flip it upside down, or right side up, and continue molding the other side. So I will be back once I've got the whole thing molded and it's ready for the next side, just so you guys can see the registration keys that I made with the bolts. Hey guys, I am back, and this is with the final layer just poured. It's a little bit, well, it's tacky. So yeah, it is very, very thick, as you can see. You can even tell by these mold keys. These mold keys here are about 2 to 2.5 centimeters thick. So as you can see, it is quite thick, which is great. Even in the thin spots, in the high rises, it's pretty thick, which is, well, there's no real downside to it. I just got to make sure these mold keys are still enough for it to fit into the mother mold. I'm a bit worried about these front ones, but they should still be good because it's got these bit overhangs. Or not. So I will be doing it in 3 sections, mainly because of the different angles of the mold keys, because I wanted to do that in one section, but giving the angles of the mold keys, it will actually be pulling the silicone, could potentially tear it. So yeah, I have to do one for that angle, then I'll have to do 2 separate for the pour spot, or I'll probably do one that way and one that way, or one that way and one that way. It really depends, but I probably might have to split it down the middle due to these ones here, because they've got a bit of an overhang to them. So to pull it off in one piece without tearing, it should just come off diagonally like that. So in about 3-4 hours, once it's cured enough that I can lay it down flat and it won't be sticking and won't, well, warp wrong, I will be turning it over and starting the molding process on the other side. So guys, moment of truth. I just flipped it over. So let me just put this clay back in my bowl. Yeah, so as you can see, the mold's pretty thick in some areas. So we'll see if it turned out great. Oh, look at those hex. They look great. I've got to make sure that I don't peel off the silicone. So that's why it's on my bed now. Sorry, just trying to do this one-handed. So, what I'll be doing now is I'll be cleaning it up, get all the clay off of it, pour petroleum jelly as a silicone release agent, then mold the rest of it. But yeah, that's it there, and I do think those keys will work great. They look so well. So I will be back once I have, actually I'll be back once it's ready for the mother mold, because it's exactly the same process as before. So I'll be back when it's ready for the mother mold. This is the mother mold. So as you can see, it is about done. I'm just waiting on this to cure, which will be in another hour or so, hopefully, enough that I can take it apart and it won't warp. But yeah, I did all this last night. I didn't want to do a video, mainly due to the fact that it is very complicated, but what I've done, I did 2 pieces of wood nearly everywhere, even for the tops and bottoms, just so it can all come off in sections. So first I hot glued, so as you can see, this piece, that piece, and all the way around there. That's all one piece. That's 1 section, 2 section, 3 section, 4, 5, and the other one on the other side. So yeah, it can all come off in sections, just so it's a lot more easier for demolding. Since it's basically a full 360 of the part. I'll be back when the demold of it, and then I'll finally rip this off. But the first thing I'm going to do once I demold it is sand down all these edges,
and yeah, make it a lot more cleaner and neater so I don't cut my hands when I go to slush cast it. Hey guys, back for the demold. So in total there are 33 nuts, 33 bolts and 66 washers. So it's taken me about half, maybe 15-20 minutes just to take it all off, but finally got all the bolts off. So let's demold this. I'm going to start with the underside. Hey, what's up guys? I will be casting now. I have got everything ready with the tint and mixing cup as well as my floor. Using Smoothcast 320. I'm going to do 4 pours, open it up, see if it's thick enough, and yeah, so just get the whole front bit. Now I can't see inside, which is crappy part. I'm used to doing. I can hear it. Oh dear. So I'll be back once it's finished. So here is the demold first cast. I took out all the bolts. So then the forming process. It's just very thick. Bit of flashing. There you go. Nice cast. It's picked up some air bubbles, and even the detail bits will be painted on. So yeah, there's the cast. You see, it's great. See, I only get flashing on these edges, which can be just sanded off, which is basically what you want, because I didn't want a seam line going straight down the middle, or neither here. But yeah, nice and hollow too, which is great. So that's it there. Sweet.